One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this one. I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their number 1 guy.
From the 31, Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop. Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw is Jackson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Akeem Hicks. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Again, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. 20. 10, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Jackson will throw again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break.
And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this one's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Forced out to his left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Fighting his way through contact. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And the ball is knocked out. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And the Bears are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Jackson. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Returnable for Grant. Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Fields. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cohen. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Fields. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st down, it's Fields. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. They'll start the third quarter with a run by Cohen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Off play action, Fields. And Graham on the ground. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Play action. It's Fields. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickup. Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down now, Dobbins. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Here's Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. One play action, Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. The Ravens on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here comes Grant on the return. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Well, that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got...
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his left. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Fields. The connection made. It's Graham. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They try again with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Being chased out left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
On first down, Fields. And that's complete to Grant.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They run. This is Cohen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
From the 50, here's Fields.
That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, Herbert, able to avoid him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Fields. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run here with Mason. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Off play action. Fields. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Chicago, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. And for Charlie